Now let's compute the completion time of all the process. Okay, since it's a non-preemptive scheduling algorithm, in order to complete the completion time, we need to always start seeing from the end. Okay, so P1 has completed at time unit 9. Okay, see, this is P1, this is P2, and this is P3. Okay, P1 has completed time unit 9. Okay, P2 has completed at time unit 10, and P3 has completed at time unit 11. Okay, fine. Now let's compute the turnaround time. Turnaround time equal to completion time minus arrival time. Okay, so 9 minus 1 is 8, 10 minus 2 is 8, 11 minus 3 is again 8. Okay, so average turnaround time is definitely 8. Fine. Now let's see the waiting time. In case of waiting time, again we assume that IO time of all the processes is 0. So the waiting time equal to turnaround time minus burst time. So 8 minus 2 is 6, 8 minus 4 is 4, 8 minus 4 is again 4. Okay, you can add all three of them and divide by 3 in order to get the average waiting time. Fine. Now let's see the response time. Okay, let's see the response time. See, since it is a preemptive scheduling algorithm, response time need not be equal to waiting time. Okay, we need to find out the response time. Now P1 has arrived at time unit 1 and it got the CPU at time unit 1 itself. Okay, which means its initial response time before getting the CPU for the first time is 0. Okay, now coming to process P2, it came to the RAM at time unit 2 and it got the RAM immediately at 2. Okay, so its response time is again 0. Same is the case for process P3. It came to the RAM at time unit 3 and it got the RAM immediately 3. Okay, so its response time is 0. Now let's see the schedule length. Okay, schedule length means our scheduling algorithm has started scheduling one of the processes starting from time unit 1. Okay, and it has been scheduling until time unit 11. Okay, our algorithm has been scheduling in any of the one of the processes until time unit 11. So schedule length is nothing but 11 minus 1 equal to 10. Okay, so schedule length equal to 10. Fine. Now what is the throughput? Throughput is nothing but 3 divided by 10. Okay, because the number of processes completed is 3 and the schedule length is 10, and so throughput equal to 3 by 10. Okay, throughput equal to 3 by 10. Fine.